Yeah. So yesterday session we have seen like how to create the RDD, and we created RDD using uh, by reading a file from HDFS location, not HDFS location. We are reading it from local, right? Yeah. So the same way you can read the data from HDFS location also. And now we also created RDDs using existing RDDs. And then another one is parallel method we have seen in the day one itself. Now we will see data frame, so which is kind of extension to it RDD. So data frame is something that it also stores data, but it is a kind of rows and columns. So unlike we see in RDD, it's a regular array format, right? The data stored in array format, so which will be difficult for us to analyze the data on fly. So for that, they introduced data frame. So, and the advantage of data frame is that it has a catalyst optimizer. So optimizing inbuilt facility. So that will take care of all optimization. We call it as a catalyst. So that is available in data frame. So now let me first connect to Spark shell. So whatever we are doing here is interactively, we are working with Spark. Okay, you note that. And in real time we will compose application using Scala or else Python, means like we will write a program and then we run using Spark submit. Okay, one second, let me open another window and then I'll just type Spark and then give tab. You see Spark submit is available. So the Spark submit, using Spark submit we will write our own applications and then run them through using Spark submit. That we will see in the next session. Yeah.
So Raja, what is difference between Spark Submit and Spark Shell?
So Spark Shell, where you interactively code something and then see the output. What so you can code everything. Now yesterday we have seen reading the data from a file and then it done some transformations, right? All those set of lines you will place in one file. If you are working with
Mhm.
Scala, basically you will compose one file and then generate jar file, and then you will run that jar file using Spark submit.
Okay.
Or else if you're writing in a Python, so no need to generate any jar files. You can directly code everything in a one Python file, and then you can use Spark submit space and then name of the Python file along with location. If you give, it will execute.
Okay.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let me open that practice thing. Yeah, so we were here yesterday. Then you, you see parallel method. I told you parallel method, and I'm using some sequence. Sequence is something that it's a kind of a method or built-in collection, you can see. So inside sequence you can also use list also, and I'm giving some data, and then finally you see here for this particular RDD I'm directly attaching this one more statement to df, means I'm converting entire this particular parallel method. See, if I am not using this, it will create RDD. So I'm going to use to df to convert into data frame along with column names. So let me execute this. Let this execute. We will create df2 also, data frame 2 also. So the data is Let me create data frame 2. Before to that, let's visualize the data, how it is. Yeah, it is created. Data frame has been created. Earlier, we used to see here spark.sql.rdt. Now we are seeing data frame. So to display the data in data frame, use df1.show. Okay. So now let's read the other data frame 2. Let's close this. Okay, df2.show. Yeah, now the data is available for us. Let's see first join. So join in Spark will looks like this. df1, if you want to join these two data frames, first you have to specify df1 dot join, and then within join, open bracket, and then df2. So you are joining with data frame 2 comma, and on which column? So df1 of id equal to df2 of id. See here we use 3 times equal symbol, and then you see again comma inner. So inner join left and right full, all four will be supported here. So joining concepts we have seen right in Hive. So when you are not able to get the information from one table, and if you want to involve another table, then we will go for join concept. Okay. So now let's execute this. Now see it is executing now. Yeah, clear. So we joined the data using this statement, and we are not storing it to any data frame. We are just directly displaying the data using .show command. So that's how joins works in Spark. Clear, guys?
Yes, Raja.
Kalpana, you?
Yes, Raja.
Thank you. So now,
So joins can be performed only using data frames, not with the RDD.
RDD also can, you can perform, but I wanted to, display some meaningful way that information. That's why I chosen data frame for demonstration.
Okay.
Okay. And
So we can use the same APIs for RDD too.
yeah. But I think syntax will differ, Charan. Please make a note of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the statement that I used, I'm going to select from data frame to ID column. Okay. And accept df1 dot select ID dot to df. Okay. Let's see what it will give us. I'm using accept function. Accept is something that minus kind of operation. Let's execute this. Okay, same I have given 124 124. That's why it has given me. Let me recompose that. Okay, here what I will give 1 2 3 3 for John. All right. Yeah, and I will also perform join again, and then see this time I'll get only 2 because I have matched records only 2 from both the tables, right? So now what is the use of this statement? I'll see. I'm storing into temp now. You see, temp. Maybe this was some requirement. I think, yeah. I used to answer Stack Overflow questions. So someone posted this question. So I composed it and then saved it. So his requirement was So he has two data frames. Let me display now. df1 dot show, df2 dot show. Yeah, I think his requirement was to display the data from, yeah, which is not available in both of the data frames. Okay, I understand now. So now here you see 1 to 4 we have and 1 to 3 we have. So his requirement was to display the information from both of data frames, and if there is a common one, no need to display based on id. If id is common 1 2 and 1 2, he don't want to display that. He wanted to display uniquely. You got it, the requirement here. He has 1 2 4, but here 1 2 3 available. So 1 2 1 2 available in both data frames, so you don't want to include that. 4 is
Okay,
available.
so it's like A intersection B whole complement.
Correct, exactly, intersection kind of thing. Intersection and then
Complement.
yeah, correct. So for that I've used one temp storage. You see here I'm using some, sorry, I closed, sorry, I closed by mistake. So did you get time to practice, both of you?
I was just looking up on the internet on this reduced by key and some of the other stuff like just APIs, but I did not do any hands-on thing.
Super, super.
Probably I'll start my hands-on mostly Friday, I suppose, like because
Yeah,
tomorrow also like I'm completely booked. Well, like I'm completely busy.
super. No problem. You can start. You can also start, Kalpana. Of course, you are busy with your kid, but uh, at least you will not forget. If you see after some time, you will not get things. But anyway, you will have this reference documents. Better to have a hands-on. So hope your machine is working, right, Kalpana?
Yeah, it's working,
Super,
Rajendra.
super. Yeah. Let me rerun this again. You see commands sometimes available. Yeah, sometimes these commands will be available. That is good thing in Spark shell. df2. All right, so now I will copy this. I'm storing some temporarily into one data frame, and then I will join with the main data frame. That's what the intention. So now if you see here, first I'm selecting data frame, entire data frame 2, and then I'm using except data frame 1 of select id. So except these ids, you select remaining fields. So from here I'll get 1 to 4, and here I get common as 1 2, but 3 is unique, so I'll get the unique from except. So display the temp data frame. You see that I get only 3 because it is not available in data frame 1. Okay, from there again I use some join logic. Yeah, inner join temp with data frame 2. So I'm joining temp with data frame 2 on these two, so it will retrieve all. And I'm using, you see here, union I'm using. It's not after join. First I'll join with the temp and then df2, so that what I will get 1 2 3 4 elements I'll get it. And then finally I'm selecting id model name from this one because I will get all the columns, right? From data frame 2, I will get 3 columns. 1 second, union is not there. Oh, it says union is not a member. Let's execute till here. Dot show. Okay, I'm just extracting that particular record alone, so which is having unique, and then I can save this into one val temp1 and right. So now union can be performed like this: val final equal to temp1 dot union of data frame 1, because data frame 1 already having 4 records, or else I'll just use this one only. Val final equal to temp1 dot union df1. What is illegal start of simple pattern? Okay, okay. I've used this show only temp. Here also temp. From here I'm using temp1. Val final data sets. Let's see. Is it result keyword? I think reserve keyword, maybe. You see, union is not a member of Spark data frame. You should execute this. I think version issue. That's why I was executing this piece of code in Spark 2 2.x. So that's why maybe syntax was different. Let's see. 1 second. So we are using 1.6 version, guys. Super cool. So mostly, and I think now everyone must be using 2.x. So 1.x is almost 2-3 years before we are using. Union all. Okay, it says union all data frame, right? Union all, he's saying. Let's try with that. Whether he changed the syntax. Okay, union also is not possible.
Try with the capital A, please.
Try with the capital A. Okay. Yeah, sometimes that also.
No, not capital U. Capital A. Union all with small u and capital.
Okay. Understand.
Camel guess.
Correct. Yeah. So final data set dot show. Final. Now you see 1 to 4 from data frame 1 and 3 from the data frame 2. So that's how it is one of the requirement that we need to get the intersection of the data place. That's what from the other data set, whichever it is not available, common elements and unique elements from both. It is like A minus B plus B minus A. Okay guys, I'll send you this, you can practice it. And now we will see date operations, how we perform date operations in Spark. For that, All right. So, and another interview question. So I prepared this for the demonstration, keeping the interview questions in view. And remember, when you are working with date types, I think Scala won't have a date types directly. You need to use Java dates. Okay, for that you have to import java.sql.date. Okay, you have to import both of these. Okay, so then only you can play with the dates. So here the requirement is, say for example, I have uh, employee ID and his date of birth, and I would like to filter out and calculate the age. So whose age is greater than 30. Okay, that is the requirement. So I'm doing it in again RDD. Now you see here, I'm going to create a RDD over here using the information sample data. So yes, parallelize method I have used, and I'll display source dot collect source df. So now you see array of 1 comma date of birth and 2 comma date of birth. I have this date of birth of these two records. Now I would like to calculate the current age. So that is the intention. So current age, now you see guys, I'm going to convert this into data frame again. So I'm not operating on data frame, sorry, RDD directly. I'll just convert into a data frame using person ID and date of birth. Now if you see that data frame looks like this. Okay, so now we created a data frame, and now we will try to calculate this. So this is the functionality. One more thing I wanted to introduce, with column. So finally, if you want to derive a new column, you will use with column. Okay, so this is the data frame that we have created here, dot with column and you open bracket. This is the name of the column you are going to create. Okay, and current timestamp. This is current timestamp which comes from Java date functionality. So till here, I'll just display the current timestamp. Then if you want to derive one more column, again append dot with column. So let's see, till here I will execute and then see how it works. Dot show. You see guys, person ID, date of birth along with today, that is the current stamp. Got it? So to derive a new column, you will use with and then caps. Just now you mentioned, right? Like it follows like this, caps column. Okay. And after that, I've appended one more with column, and then I'm saying different in days. Like date diff is the another function we use, and this particular date diff function expects current timestamp and date of birth. Date of birth is the column name from this data frame, right? So I'm differentiating these two. I mean, subtracting current timestamp minus date of birth. Okay, guys. Now let me stop me if you are not understanding, Charan and Kalpana.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to display now total 4 columns. So different index is this much. Okay. And again with column, I'm going to generate one more column, months, and then I'm using show. So how I'm getting months? So different of days. Now you see here, just now we derived this diff days, right? So the same column again I will use. See, once you calculate a new field here, it will be available to the next operation. So now I'll execute entire thing. Okay, so now you got months, and you just need to divide it by 12 so that you will get years of experience. This is just to showcase the calculation part. You can directly retrieve years also. So now when I run this statement, so I'm doing everything till here months, but I'm going to divide it by 12 itself. So he is having 29 years almost, and he is having 32 years almost. Okay, so that's how you will derive this. That's how you will derive this, and you can also filter that data. Okay, so now you don't want to load the data whose age is less than 30, and you want to load the data only that age is greater than 31. I mean, you want to select that for the data. So what you will do, you have a filter option. Okay, you compose the command as it is, and then finally you will add filter option, and you see here dollar months. So months great, actually it should be years. So dollar months greater than 30, then dot show. So show false is actually show will display automatically 20 records. If you want to display all the records, you will use false command, but it's we are having just 2 records only, so leave out that. You see, just it displayed only 1 record because we set it after this entire expression. At the end we have used dot filter and then months greater than 30. So that's why only 1 record has been filtered. So that's how you use with column and then filter to filter out the records. Any doubts here, guys?
No, Raja.
Kalpana, how about you?
No, Raja.
Thank you. Okay, so now once we complete with this particular date logic, yeah, that's what I have used with column and date of birth. All right. Okay, year, I think something, it is not year, day of month. You see here one more operation, day of month of date of birth. You can extract something like this. I just wanted to explain you how you can continuously derive multiple fields in the same statement. And here you can see you can extract this is day of month, guys. This is year it is showing, but it is day of month. Okay, and if you want to get the year, again I have given year. Okay, month of that particular data frame. Okay, you can retrieve like this. And also if you want to extract year, yes, year of. So rather you do that logic, you can directly use this. So you can extract year directly from that particular date and then perform the operation. So subtract, so it will give you number of years also. So this is about dates, how you deal with in data frame. Okay.
Okay, Raja.
Yeah, thank you. Now yeah, so far we have seen reading data from files, right? Now let's try to read data from a Hive database. We know that Hive database have some tables, right? Now val user df. Okay, so SQL context, when we launch this Spark, we have seen SQL context, right? Did you remember? Somewhere over here. Yeah, you see here. Yeah, so using this SQL context you can write queries also. Let's see how we can do that.
Sorry, Raja, I just have a question. So for
Yes,
data frame, we inserted the data, right? But
correct.
how to derive it from the file
That's
into
what
the
we,
data frame?
yeah, we will see. Yeah, so now first I will let you know how to create a data frame by reading the data from Hive. Then I will explain how to create data frame using file. Okay.
Mm, okay.
Okay, so far we have used .2df function, but now we will see other ways. And this is the one, SQL context dot SQL. I'm not sure about the syntax. If it goes wrong, I will use some more. Yeah. So KP database. Yeah, KP database dot u underscore user. I believe this table is available. Let's execute this. Mhm. Okay, it is actually taking some time to get the metastore information and all. I mean, because I'm first time trying to load the data. Okay, something wrong, I think. Okay, table not found. Okay,
I think it is users like us.
okay, users, that's why, yeah,
Maybe I'm not sure.
yeah. Let's try. Okay, that is also, it says table not found. Yeah, let me see. All right. It's there. You underscore user. Okay, it's there, but what is the issue here? KP database. Select star from KP database dot u underscore user. Should come.
Maybe is the database name right? The spellings and all.
Yeah, KP database, right? Show databases. Yeah, KP underscore database. It's correct only, right? KP underscore database dot user. Table not found. Where it is looking for. Okay, I think it will go to default, I believe. Okay, let me see one thing. I will use show databases or show tables. That also works, right? Yeah. Nothing. Show databases. Yes, sir. So I missed this. Okay, we have only default. How come it is using only default? It shouldn't be. So that's why let me use default database, show tables. So I have only EMP. Let's try reading EMP for now, just to understand how this works. Okay, that is also, it says table not found. All right, default dot very close. I think some meta story is not, yeah, meta story is not getting into this Spark, so that's why. But at least show databases is working. Show database is working means it is connecting, but I don't know why it is not picking up. Okay, we will see in the next session, but we will try to read the CSV file at least from HDFS location. So for that, what we will use, well, read CSV. I'll give one data frame and then Spark. Okay, it has partition, Spark partition ID. So you can, this is 1.6 version, right? So the syntax will be obviously different. Spark.read is, we have a method like this, spark.read.csv, or else spark.read format of CSV, but this is available in a Spark session, not in Spark context. So right now we are not able to use this also. Let me clear up this. Okay, 1.6, right? 1.6 version, the syntax is deferred. Whether I read the data or not, I'll see. I've used Spark submit RDD operation, Spark